So, Cackling Harris finally announced her VP running mate, and at her last rally, she said this.
And together, when we win in November, we are finally going to pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons ban. So Tim is a hunter and a gun owner who believes, as the majority of gun owners do, that we need reasonable gun safety laws in America. So as governor, he expanded background checks and increased penalties for illegal firearm sales.
Now, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. Joe Biden is the most anti-gun president we've ever had. But let me tell you, old Joe Biden ain't got nothing on Kamala Harris. If she becomes president, she will be the most anti-gun president in US history. And this isn't me just fear-mongering because I'm a 2A advocate. These are facts. Harris is so hardcore against the Second Amendment, even Joe Biden had to tell her to slow down. When Biden, a man who has been pushing gun control his entire career, tells you to chill, you know you've gone too far.
They said, I'm going to issue an executive order. Biden saying there's no constitutional authority to issue that executive order when they say I'm going to eliminate assault weapons, saying you can't do it by executive order any more than Trump can do things when he says he can do it by executive order. Does the vice president have a point there?
Some things you can, many things you can't.
Let's let the senator answer.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can.
Let's be constitutional. We got a constitution.
And yes, we can.
You know how extremely anti-gun you have to be for Joe Biden to tell you to be constitutional when it comes to passing gun control? It's like having Michael Jordan tell you to chill out on the trash talking. The crazy thing is, this was when she was running for president. Then, in the ultimate plot twist, Joe Biden turns around and makes her his vice president. And not just any vice president, he makes her the head of his gun control policies.
And yes, marched for their lives. I'm proud to announce the creation of the first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, the first office in our history. It will drive and coordinate a government and a nationwide effort to reduce gun violence in America, and will be overseen by an incredible vice president.
This just goes to show you that these Democrat politicians know their gun control laws are unconstitutional. They just think they can hide behind the whole, this is to save lives and keep people safe nonsense. During the 2020 presidential campaign, Harris ran so far to the left on gun control, she nearly fell off the damn map. While both she and Biden supported an assault weapon ban, Harris wanted to force gun owners to sell any firearm she didn't like back to the government. She even vowed to use executive orders to push this through if Congress didn't play ball.
Do you believe in the mandatory buyback of quote-unquote assault weapons? And whether or not you do, how does that idea not go against fundamentally the Second Amendment?
Great question. I do believe that we need to do buyback. I'll tell you, when elected president, if the United States Congress continues to fail to have the courage to do something about this, I'm prepared to take executive action and put in place a ban on the importation of assault weapons into our country. But we still have to deal with the over 2 million assault weapons that are currently in the streets of America. And so a buyback program is a good idea.
But here's where it gets really concerning. Some of the Supreme Court justices who have a strong record on protecting Second Amendment rights, like Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito, they're getting up there in age. Thomas is 76 and Alito is 74. If Kamala Harris gets into the Oval Office, she'll likely have the chance to replace these justices with ones who don't protect the Second Amendment, and that could stack the court against the Second Amendment for generations. Kamala Harris is no friend to the Second Amendment. If she becomes the president, we are facing the most anti-gun administration in history. If you value your right to bear arms, you need to take these threats seriously. But even if she doesn't become president, that's not gonna stop the anti-2A groups or the anti-gun politicians from trying to ban assault weapons, or what they call assault weapons, which are really AR-15s. But as we all know, the AR-15 is absolutely protected by the Second Amendment, but they'll try to tell you otherwise, which is why I designed the Second Amendment protects the AR-15 hat, shirts, and drinkware that's available right now at shop.mrcoleonnoir.com. As you can see right here, you have the silhouette of an AR-15, but then within that silhouette, which spells out exactly what the Second Amendment says, and that it is actually protecting not only your right to bear arms, but also the AR-15. So hit the link in the description section of this video and grab your Second Amendment Does Protect the AR-15 merch today. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you, and we're all fighting this culture war together. Now, you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together, we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.